Hi guys, once again welcome back to our FIFA World Cup daily show on Rep Sports. And the FIFA World Cup has reached a stage where there is no room for error. And yesterday we have seen similar thing for the Belgium versus Spain game. Just a single error from Belgium goalkeepers and Levens, and that actually costed them a place in the semi-final. Spain have secured a place in the semi-final by defeating Belgium by 2-1. And we'll obviously talk about that game, and also we'll look forward to two high voltage clashes tonight, one between England and Norway, and another obviously between Argentina and Switzerland. And to talk, I have our three panelists, Rohanda, then Devashida and Shomnath as well. But first, I will go to Rohanda. As you can see him donning the Spanish national team jersey. Uh, but Rohanda will talk about Spain later. But how heartbreaking do you think it is for the Belgium national team? Because they were matching the intensity of Spain, till the dying minutes of the game. Then again, Spain did what they actually did against Portugal, finding a winner in the towards the dying minutes of the game.
And again it was Mikel Merino. So it's kind of any team going out uh, in the dying minutes, conceding a late goal and losing the match, leaving no space, no time to recover from that. I think it's heartbreaking, but Belgium did what none of the other teams could do. Score against Spain. They were in a 609 minutes goalless streak. So they kept a clean sheet for this long. It's a record again. But when Belgium scored that equalizer, we all thought that the game would be much more interesting in the second half. It wasn't that much. There were lot of things to cheer, a lot of things to talk about, but as we were discussing about a possible handball also. But yes, it was deflected of the of own defender, and one might say the hand was out of his body. So a lot of things to talk about, but it's unfortunate that Belgium conceded that goal in the dying minutes. Courtois wasn't there at that time, but yes, it's unfortunate, but teams like Spain, who have done it in the past, have won the World Cup, have won the Euro, and are successful in the recent times. They actually get that psychological advantage in the dying minutes. We have seen the perhaps the bigger team on paper in terms of world ranking. They kind of get those late goals, and we have seen this so many times in this World Cup that big teams are scoring in the last minutes and getting the job done. So I think was one psychological thing, and Mikel Merino again a great what to say intelligent uh, display of football. And Spain versus France match will be a final before the final, and this this French team, the France national team, is looking like one that they don't have any intentions to stop, and they will only stop after winning the World Cup. But the Spanish side have that potential to perhaps stop this French side, and I think only Spain has the potential, and no other team has in this World Cup.
Absolutely, Spain. They are going all guns blazing at this World Cup, and as Rohanda mentioned, after almost 10 hour of after almost 10 hour, they have finally considered a goal after I think 640 minutes. Devashish, now Spain will be facing France. Two favorite that we picked up before this World Cup started. Uh, how do you think this clash will turns out? France or Spain? Who will be moving into the final?
Yeah, I would still say France will be a slight favorite, but disappointing for Belgium because I would say both the goals that they considered, the goalkeeper has to be blamed. Means it's basic. It's basic for the goalkeeper to grip the ball or just not throw it forward. Because if you look at both Courtois and Son Lemons, in both the instances, and and credit should be given to Mikel Merino for being opportunistic. He seized the opportunity as soon as the ball rebounded. So these are very childish, and you could see the reaction from Lemens. Means he was crestfallen. Means obviously Thibaut Courtois was the main goalkeeper. He hardly would have got a debut in this World Cup given that injury that forced him to go out. But obviously he could have stayed on. Means obviously the worrying. Obviously he had a thigh injury. He did mention in the post-match press conference is that it was the coach's call. Means obviously he was having some concern when it came to hitting long shot, means goalkeeping shot. But apart from them, he could have stayed back. But the Belgium coach decided to take him off and bring in a new goalkeeper. So I think both the goalkeepers has to be blamed in this case. Experience of Thibaut Courtois means obviously once again, and Fabian Ruiz means he was in the starting lineup ahead of Pedri. So that's, and he justified the coach's decision and scoring his first World Cup goal. So I think as much as Belgium, I think Spain will be confident given that fact that Lamine Yamal once again had a good match. I think he is warming up to the task, and once again it will be Lamine Yamal against Kylian Mbappe. What a contest it will! More than France versus Spain, it will be Lamine Yamal and Kylian Mbappe. So the bitter rivalry, club rivalry, it will be seen once again in their national team. So, but I will still put my money on France to make it to the final.
Absolutely. But Shomnath, do you think Belgium are a bit unlucky? I mean, uh, of course, they couldn't field, their captain, Yuri Tillemans, because of injury. Then Onana also ruled out few matches ago because of injury. And now they lost, Thibaut Courtois in the middle of a quarter-final clash against Spain. And of course, San Lemons, we all know that he has been a versatile goalkeeper for Manchester United last season, but he replaced Thibaut Courtois, and of course, he was cold. He didn't even warm up properly, and that's why maybe he spilled that shot from Kubersi, which Mikel Merino actually pounced on. So, do you think Belgium are a bit unlucky?
Yeah, obviously you have to feel for Belgium. I mean, not getting a player who is in the form of his life like Tillemans, I think it's really sad. And about if you talk about Thibaut Courtois, I think it's the same injury that he had back in Real Madrid. I think that is again bothering him, bothered him in this match. And obviously, it's not easy, when a goalkeeper of a caliber like Courtois is playing. I mean, in yesterday's match also he had made crucial saves. But again, if we talk about the entire Belgium team, uh, we should be proud of this team because just when Spain scored the opening goal, and all the commentators were mentioning that in this World Cup Spain have not considered a goal. They have not considered a goal against Portugal. So how can this Belgium team come back? And then immediately, then Belgium, scored the equalizer with Charles de Ketelaere. And what a tournament it has been for Charles de Ketelaere. We have to mention that because in Serie A he plays for Atlanta, and in 31 matches he has scored only 3 goals in a league like Serie A, and in the World Cup only he has scored 3 goals. So obviously a big tournament for Ketelaere. The way he stepped up in place of Romelu Lukaku, I think Belgium will be a proud team when they head back home. Obviously, it's the last dance for Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know if Thibaut Courtois will stay for another World Cup or not, but most likely he will also, pack up hang up his boots. But yes, this Belgium team showed character, showed grit, and it was unlucky for Belgium. That last goal from Mikel Merino, I think it could have been easily saved. It was just one mistake from the goalkeeper, and apart from that, he was absolutely fine. He was absolutely perfect throughout the entire match. The time he came on the pitch and to the end of the game, he was perfect. He was grabbing the ball good, but that one mistake, cost Belgium the entire World Cup. So yes, football is cruel sometimes, and it was shown that in after the match he was crying. Courtois and the Belgium coach, they were going and consoling him. So yes, football is cruel sometimes, but I think it is what it is, and Spain once again survives the tough test, and they will face the toughest test in the semi-final against France.
Absolutely, and it was San Lemon's, I think, third international outing, so it shows the massive pressure of a FIFA World Cup game. So that's about Spain versus Belgium, and of course a high voltage semi-final waiting between France and Spain. But now we'll move into another two quarter-final fixture. Obviously, we'll talk about the Argentina versus Switzerland game first, and obviously Argentine fan Rohanda. So far, I think Argentina have faced different kind of challenges at this World Cup. Of course, somehow they have survived, massive scare against Cape Verde, then against Egypt. Uh, After facing, two African nation, now they will be up against European nation who are tactically very smart and also challenging as well. What's your expectation? Do you think Argentina are ready for Swiss challenge?
Yes, I would say that the team will go through past Switzerland and reach semi-final where they will face. I would say England. England would be ahead against Norway. So England versus Argentina might be in the semi-finals, and they would want to take revenge of Maradona's hand of God against Messi. But as far as this game is concerned, I would say that. The African nations, especially teams like Cabo Verde, Egypt, also they will frustrate you so much that play close block park. They will park the bus and frustrate you throughout the match. Brilliant stamina they will have, and they will run throughout the 90 minutes, and you will have to find for opportunities to score. But European teams, I think they will be much more open play in this match. The Argentine defense, as we have seen in the last games, that they are not so the Argentine defense is not that good, and they will have Switzerland will have opportunities to hunt them, right? And on counter attacks, the Argentine defense really fails to come back and fall back against Egypt. Also, if not that Christian Romero last moment tackle to Mohamed Salah, Egypt would have been through and scored a goal. So the Argentine defense is a bit shaky. But on the contrary, when you have a attack steered by someone like Lionel Messi, and of course the others are also now scoring, which is a great sign for the Argentina side that it's not only Messi. So there will be goals. I'll see. I'll think Argentina will go through, but they will have to be more defensively strong because teams like Switzerland will take their opportunities and haunt them. But yes, if Switzerland, uh, Argentina, whether they will go to final or not, I'm not sure because a match against England will be a tough one.
Okay, okay. So, but I think obviously Argentina are going to face a stern challenge against the Switzerland team. Devashish, so far, if you look at Argentina's campaign, it's all about Lionel Messi. Most of the goals have been scored by Lionel Messi, and also the comeback against Egypt also, it was inspired by Lionel Messi. So, my question is, do you think Switzerland defense will be able to, stop Lionel Messi?
See, the worst part is that you cannot keep Lionel Messi out of the game. Means he will make you count, as was the case in the game against Egypt. Means he was bottled throughout the match, except for that penalty miss. We could hardly see Messi getting involved. But one moment of brilliance from that right out, the cross that from where Romero scored, and then that shot that left-footed pile driver, means hard. Any player in world football will first receive the ball, and then it was Lionel Messi's brilliance that without receiving the ball, he just took a shot. And what pinpoint target, what pinpoint accuracy, just reaching out of the Egyptian goalkeeper. So that is Lionel Messi. So I think Switzerland will be more good in playing open football rather than going for all out and creating goal opportunities. You cannot defend and defend and defend, as was the case with Cabo Verde or Egypt against this Argentine side, because there will be one moment of brilliance where Argentina will score, and it has proven in the last three matches. If you look, Argentina has been pushed down the wire, but they still found out ways in scoring goals thanks to that instrumental Lionel Messi. So I think Switzerland will be better off to play open football, because therein lies their greatest chances in upsetting Argentina. But if they prefer to play defensively against this Argentine side, there will be ways for Argentina to perhaps open the deadlock. So I think Argentina will definitely start as favorite. But means in the last two matches also we thought Argentina will be the favorites, but they were given a scare. They were given a run for
The
their money.
defense, the Argentine defense, Devashishda, is absolutely pathetic.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah,
Sandro Martinez, given his
They have
height,
considered
obviously
four
fellow
goals in the last
was
two games.
had to be taken out. But he is fit, as was reported by Dulalda. So even I think neither Julian Alvarez, yes, although he did play, I won't say he had a poor outing, but you need contributions from the other players. Say a Thiago Almeida or a Lautaro Martinez or a Julian Alvarez. It's not just about Lionel Messi, because yes, Messi will be there, but the problem is Argentina's style of play. Whoever gets the ball in this Argentina squad in the attacking that, all they do is to watch out for Lionel Messi. Where is Messi? Where is Messi? Means their
take
responsibility is over once they give the pass to Lionel Messi. So
take
that
the
is
ball,
the
pass to Messi.
pardon?
Their strategy, their strategy is take the ball, pass to Messi.
Take the ball, pass to Messi. That is simple strategy. Pass the ball and let him do whatever he wants.
And that's how I think Lionel Scaloni also, smartly implemented Lionel Messi in his plan. Actually, I mean, he's not, forcing Lionel Messi to cover most of the ground.
Yes.
Neither, he's been tasked with to marking the opponent team defender. Uh, I mean, he's utilizing Messi in the best way possible in this, in his, football, in his
Messi has
tactics. Actually,
Messi has ran the perhaps the
yes,
least kilometers in this
just
entire
imagine,
tournament, and is
and
in
still
the
he's leading the
golden boot
Golden Boot
race.
race.
Yes.
Absolutely. What a great player he is. But Shomnath, there is something special about Switzerland because after 72 years, they have made it to the quarterfinal of the FIFA World Cup. Over the last few World Cup, we have seen the Switzerland team, challenging or pushing the heavyweight nation to their limit, but never they have came this far at a World Cup. So this time, do you really think this Argentina team need to be worried about this Switzerland?
I think Argentina needs to play their best football from minute one. Obviously, you can't rule out Switzerland team, as many are saying, because in 2018 we all know that in the opening match Brazil versus Switzerland, the match ended in a one all draw. So obviously this team has that potential, to stop big teams, heavyweight teams, and Switzerland is one of the team in this tournament who have considered the least number of goals so far. So yes, the defense of Switzerland is absolutely brilliant, which is very unlike the Argentine defense. But there's a concern for Argentina defense as well. I mean, Lisandro Martinez, he has been back after injury after so long, and pairing up with Christian Romero, I think there has been a problem in coordination. But yes, Switzerland, to defeat Switzerland, I think it won't be an easy match. It won't be an open match. Switzerland are very good at man marking, and in the midfield, especially having McAllister, Parades, Enzo Fernandez, I think it will be very very important how the midfield of Argentina, actually gains position and keeps the position, because again, since I told that Switzerland is very very good in man marking, they will rely on individual brilliance also to score goals. Obviously, the defense has been good, but which is very unlike the attack. Switzerland attack has been a sort of silence in this tournament, but again, you can't rule out a European team, the kind of form they are in right now. I think Switzerland might possess a threat to Argentina, but Argentina, if they play the best game from minute one, I think it would be a easy win. Obviously, we have seen the scare from Cape Verde and Egypt, but I think Switzerland, they are more tactically sound and more tactically disciplined team than these two teams. But yes, the game, if the game is an open game, then Argentina will have the chance to worry the game as far as early as possible.
Interesting. I think Egypt and Cape Verde, both the nation have tasted Argentina's defense, and I think Switzerland will also taste Argentina's backline. But
You know
the best thing about Argentina is that
what Rahul, what Somnath just mentioned about open play and Argentina's getting the chances. A team like Argentina, where you have someone like Messi who can create magic out of small spaces. Whenever the opponent team is playing open play, you will have a lot of space, right? Even if Messi is not in the scoring zone, he will create such a ball that will be open up space for players like Lautaro and the other strikers. So, and that did not happen against an Egypt or Cabo Verde because they were all 11, doing 11-man defense, and there was no space actually to move past the defense. And open play against a team like Argentina will perhaps create goal opportunities for them also, for Switzerland as well. But Argentina are more likely to get the
Exactly.
more number of goals in the match.
Exactly, and I don't see Switzerland playing open play, against Argentina
Yeah.
team. Obviously, they will, keep their defense tight. And most of the European nations, they are now tactically so much advanced in the world football. When we are
Yes.
seeing football of Latin American nation or African nation, they are playing, direct football. But no more the European nation are playing direct football. Obviously, Spain, they are different. Spain or heavyweight nation like France, they are different.
Hmm.
But even teams
Yeah.
like Belgium or Switzerland, they would never play open play against heavyweight teams like Argentina. Obviously, first of all, they will go into this fixture with a precautionary approach. They will keep their defense tight and compact, and they will try to hurt Argentina with their counter attack if possible. So obviously, I think Argentina's backline will be tested. But again, I think the best thing about Argentina at this World Cup is every time they were behind, every time they have showed their resilience, their never say die attitude, and that is one thing that you need to win the World Cup, and that Argentina have shown in every game. So once again, Argentina are walking into this game as one of the favorite against Switzerland. And talking about another fixture, obviously Norway versus England. Rwanda, Norway. I mean, before the tournament, we're talking about the maybe the temperature or the condition in US may pose difficult for Norway team, but every time they stepped onto the pitch, they have defied their expectation. They have knocked out five-time world champions Brazil, and now they are facing England. Do you think they can pull off another upset?
Well, if that happens, I would be more than happy because uh, getting to know these underdog stories much more, it always are an area of interest, especially personally for me. But against England, England will be more uh, experienced side against Norway. They will have a lot more high-profile players than Norway, but this Norway side have defied all odds. And if Norway can pull up an upset against England, Haaland and Martin Odegaard will have a tough time going back to the club football, and they will be. There will be some, of course, friendly boos against when they go back to England for club football. But yes,
Mhm.
this Norway side has the potential to upset England. And but Harry Kane versus Erling Haaland, it will be one such matchup that even BBC did a copy today a few hours back on both these players' quotes, what they told in the press conference, and both these players have immense respect for each other. They both know each other personally, of course, through because of Premier League. They have met each other on multiple occasions. But now Haaland, now Harry Kane playing his trade in Germany. But of course, both these players are familiar with each other and they do have immense respect for each other. And but Norway, they have defied all expectations, and we did not expect them to come this far. But there for England, the difficult task will be to meet the expectations. For Norway, it's like that they have nothing to lose. Even if they lose, they will be
Okay.
going out as happy. But if they win, it's bonus for them. So pressure on England to pull this match out.
Absolutely, and obviously, major focus will be on Erling Haaland because he's also, actually chasing Lionel Messi in the Golden Boot race. And Erling Haaland, I think, just one goal behind. I mean, Harry Kane just one goal behind Erling Haaland. But
Yes.
I think England will be the team who will deal with Erling Haaland better than how Brazil dealt with Erling Haaland in that uh, pre quarterfinal clash because
This
most of the
World Cup
players in
has
England
given
team.
us lot of Rahul. This World Cup has given us lot of goals, but the best thing has been Erling Haaland's Snapchat stories. After each match, he posts some Snapchat story
That is
that
different,
takes the
absolutely.
headline.
Absolutely, but I think coming to Hurling Ireland, I think it's kind of a familiar challenge for the England team because most of the players in the England team, they play in
Hmm.
Premier League. Even if you see England backline, Mark Gay and most likely John Stone will replace Jorel Quansah, who has been suspended for this game due to a red card against Mexico. John Stones and Gay both are from Manchester City, so they have been training throughout the whole year with Erling Haaland, so they are very much familiar with what kind of challenges Erling Haaland can pose to them. So obviously one of the battle to watch out for that. But Devashita, do you think it's finally coming home for England after a long wait? The way they have performed so far at this World Cup, and also that nerve-wracking victory against Mexico. Is there any indication that this England team finally they can bring the trophy home?
I won't say means whether it's coming home or not. I cannot guarantee, but definitely they look like a team to march into the semi-finals and if not final, because this England team hasn't been team to upset Argentina, because they look a much more compact side than Argentina, if you ask me, and especially their top four, means the quartet of Bellingham, Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka, and Anthony George. They look very good, very dominating. Means at least in England's progress, especially Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham, they are having a World Cup. They are having a stellar World Cup. Means 11 goals for England among them. So I think, and in most occasions, it is them who has proved vital for England. But there will be concerns with Gueye having a hamstring injury, Declan Rice having a hamstring injury, Konsa getting red carded. So a lot of injury problems, injury woes at the back line. So that will be a major concern for England. But I think this is perhaps one side. And yesterday also we saw David Beckham just going to the England camp and egging them on, motivating them. I think this England, perhaps I think that they have that motivation, perhaps just to go through to the final. If not, means obviously, I definitely don't see them stopping before the semi-final. Means obviously, because they looked a very composed side. Means initial hiccups, after the initial hiccups, as an every match they look a much improved side. So I think that is what I would say, that despite Haaland's presence, I would still feel England will fancy getting past Norway.
Okay. Shomna, do you think as much we are talking about Harry Kane, we should also talk about Jude Bellingham brilliance as well at this World Cup? Because initially, there were actually doubts whether Jude Bellingham will be in the England playing 11 or not. So from that to now, becoming one of the hero of this England team, especially his magical brace within just 2 minutes against Mexico, actually created the difference between the two teams in the pre-quarter final. Jude Bellingham, I think. What do you think? I mean, about Jude Bellingham, I think these kind of players are specially built for this World Cup stage.
I mean, Jude Bellingham, he's playing his comfortable game. He's playing in his comfortable position, and I think that's the key for his performance. When you actually have a striker like Harry Kane in front of you, and obviously you are backed by two brilliant defensive midfielders like Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson, I think it is giving Jude Bellingham a plenty lot of time and plenty. Uh, Pretty much less workload and more time to explore the entire field. Obviously, Jude Bellingham, if we talk about his club form in back in Real Madrid, and we talk about his current form for the English national team, it has been the hell and heaven difference for him. Obviously, England will once again root for Jude Bellingham to be the difference in this match. But obviously, this England team is tough to beat. The only thing in this England team can do is to play a horrible football tonight and knock themselves out of this World Cup. But otherwise, the team has got that thing in them. We talk about when we are talking about favorites, we talk about Spain, we talk about France. But I think this England team's up for, or if you talk about the midfield, it's spectacular. Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, Jude Bellingham in the wing. They have four world class wingers. They can use them by rotating the squad. Obviously, Madueke, Bukayo Saka, Rashford, if you talk about Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane, I think it's a fantastic squad. The only concern will be their defense. If Norway manages to attack their defense multiple times, it might fall. But apart from that, England also had that team to get to the finals. And obviously, I think against Norway, I will keep England. I will say England as the favorites. And obviously, let's see what happens tonight.
Absolutely, two mouth-watering fixture, but I feel for those office goers because one game is at 2:30 and then another at 6:30. So obviously we'll have to sacrifice our sleep for last two quarterfinal fixture. Remains to be seen who make it to the semis of this FIFA World Cup. What's your prediction? Let us know in the comment section below and stay tuned to Rep Sports for more such content and stories from the FIFA World Cup. That's it for now. See you in our next show.